Yo yo yo, what is up guys? It's Cohen back again today with another video. Um, I was hoping I'd be filming this video really hyped because SJ would have made the All-Star game. If you didn't know that the All-Star reserves were announced, they got announced. First of all, I want to talk about how lame it is how they were announced because they were supposed to be a show and they're supposed to talk about them at 7 p.m. at least Eastern Standard Time. So that's in 12 minutes from when I'm recording this. And I found out because Shams tweeted them out just randomly at 6:31 p.m., 30 minutes before they were supposed to come out. And so when I had planned to I was planning to do like a YouTube. Well, I tried to do it on YouTube, but it wouldn't let me for some reason. It said I needed to do some like activation thing. I needed to wait 24 hours, whatever. But I was going to stream on Twitter and I was going to stream my live reaction to it because I thought that'd be really fun. It would be a cool way to interact with you guys. And instead, I found out through a tweet, and that really pissed me off. So I'm sorry that didn't happen. I really wanted it to happen. At some point, I want to do a live stream, like live reacting to games or whatever. So if you want to see that, let me know. But yeah, the point of this video is to react to the All-Star reserves. I've got them over here on my phone. So if you see me looking off to the right, that's what I'm looking at. Actually, I'll move them a little more to the center so I don't look way off camera. Um, so I guess I'll just go through them. In the West, Chris Paul, super happy for Chris Paul, man. Either him or Devin Booker deserves a spot. I'm happy Chris Paul got it. I would have loved to see Devin Booker also get a spot. Spoiler alert, he didn't get in. I don't expect Anthony Davis to play, so someone's going to take that spot of his. Whether it's actually, I won't say yet because I'll read through all of them, but someone's going to take Anthony Davis' spot, who did also make the All-Star game, well deserved too. Paul George, play like an MVP candidate to start the season. I would have been shocked if he wasn't on here. Same with Damian Lillard, and same with Donovan Mitchell. All those guys absolutely should have been on this list. Same with Rudy Gobert. A lot of people are going to talk about like how the hell did Rudy go? I saw someone call him Rudy Yogurt make the All-Star game, and I mean, he's been fantastic. The Jazz have been the best team in the league. You have to give them two All-Stars. And it was either going to be Mitchell and Gobert or Conley and Mitchell. So they went with Gobert. They needed a center for that roster. He was a pretty good pick. It had to be someone. So shout out to Rudy Gobert. He deserves it. And then finally, Zion Williamson. Zion absolutely deserves it. He's been incredible, even though the media's kind of stopped giving him the attention that he had last season. Zion's been better than last season. He's been super efficient. He's dominant when he does get the ball, even though the Pelicans don't give him the ball as much as he should get it. Yeah, he's been really good. And as I read off that list, you probably notice a name that's missing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did not make the All-Star game. He was not named a reserve. There's a potential he could still make it in for an injury replacement, or if multiple guys sit out, maybe some load management. For example, Anthony Davis, like I said, he'll probably end up sitting out, but there's also a bunch of guys that also got snubbed from this team that are waiting in the wings to also potentially take that spot. You've got DeMar DeRozan, you've got Devin Booker, you've got Brandon Ingram. Those are three guys that I think are competing with Shea to take that last spot. So I would honestly probably be surprised. He doesn't have the like national recognition that a lot of these other guys have. For example, Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker gets the spot if AD sits out just because he's been snubbed so many times. I'm kind of shocked he wasn't on here. I expected him to be on here. But all the guys that made it were absolutely deserving, so you can't really complain too much. Over in the East, James Harden, it was a given. Jason Tatum, that was a given. Jaylen Brown, he was a guy who could have potentially been a starter. He's been fantastic this season. Before the season, I predicted him to be an all-star. I thought this was his breakout season, and it clearly has been. Elite two-way player. He makes the stop. He'll hit the clutch shot for you. He's averaging upwards of like 24, 25-ish points per game. Like I said, lockdown defender. He's been so good for the Celtics team, and Jaylen Brown's one of my favorite players in the league, so I'm super happy to see him get that recognition. Zach Levine, this is a guy I've been advocating for to make the All-Star game because he's been so good. He's averaging near 30 points per game. Just an incredible score from everywhere on the court. You just can't stop him. You could play perfect defense, and Zach Levine is still going to drill the bucket over you. The Bulls finally find another All-Star, and I think that this might be the catalyst for Zach Levine staying in Chicago for the long term, or I hope so because I love seeing him play in a Bulls uniform. He's really good. He absolutely deserved it. I would have been really sad if he didn't make it on here. Ben Simmons, casual fans are going to say, how did Ben Simmons make it? If you watch this channel, if you watch basketball, you'll know why Ben Simmons made it. Lockdown player, defensive player of the year candidate. He's had some incredible games, especially recently. He had his career high a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, I believe, with Joel Embiid out. He's just dominant, and he started really slow to start the season, and a lot of people got kind of sour on him. He's really picked it up. Great facilitator, can guard all five positions, can play any of the five positions. Just an absolute Swiss Army knife of a player. He absolutely deserved that spot, especially since the Sixers are first in the East. It was between him and Tobias Harris for that spot. They were going to give the Sixers two spots, and I think Ben Simmons was slightly more deserving, although it would have been cool to see Tobias Harris get that recognition. I think Ben Simmons was the right choice. And then Julius Randle, man, this is a guy I didn't put on my All Star list. I didn't think he was going to end up getting in. I'm really, really happy he did. Even though my All Star list was wrong in a couple ways, I'm not at all upset. You might come here to this video and be like, "Wow, you didn't pick my guys in All Star. Haha, you were wrong." And it's like, yeah, I was because that list was made like a week ago. Players played for the past week and they changed their stats up and stuff. Julius Randle has been on a tear in this past week or so. He had a 44-point game, I think, the day of me recording that video, or it might have been the day before. But Julius Randle deserved that spot. The Knicks have vaulted into the playoff picture, completely deserving. I'm really happy to see him make it. A guy that a lot of people have been sleeping on. He had that great year on the Pelicans, not last season, but the season before, where he showed that kind of all-star potential. Last season, just what he wasn't there. And then this season, the Knicks have another all-star. So that's awesome for him, awesome for New York. Knicks basketball has been fun again, and I'm glad he got that recognition. And then finally, Nikola Vucevic. This was a guy I feel like a lot of people didn't talk about as being an all-star candidate, despite him putting up incredible numbers. And he is the only reason the Magic aren't like, oh, and whatever, how many games they've played. He's been so good. He's averaging near 25 points per game. I think it's like 24.4 or something like that. Shooting almost like 50, 40, 90. Like he drills three-pointers at that center position. A great facilitator too, even if his assist numbers aren't crazy. He is a pretty good facilitator. He completely runs that offense, and he is the sole reason why this Magic team is not completely dead in the water. So I thought he deserved that spot. Some notable East snubs: Trae Young. I'm really surprised Trae Young wasn't on here. I thought Trae Young was going to be on here over a Julius Randle. That's where I thought Julius Randle would end up missing out, but they didn't name Trae Young one, and I'm very, very surprised about it. I don't think it's a bad pick or anything. But Trae Young really has been balling. I would say that's probably the biggest snub in my opinion, if I had to name one. Domantas Sabonis, another pretty big snub, but I'm saying snub. Every single player that made these rosters was deserving because there are so many good players in the league. I personally believe that they should move the All Star rosters up to 15 players just so that we can recognize more talent. And there's 15 guys on a roster anyways, so I don't understand why we only named 12 players. Whatever. Or maybe even just at least open it's like 13, 14. I get that you want to try and play enough guys and like you want to give enough guys time to shine in the All Star game. So giving more players All Star spots kind of takes away from that. But it's also cool to get that recognition for more guys. So let me know what you think about that. But yeah, Trae Young is interesting that he's not on there. And that's the All Star team, man. I would have tried to avoid the Shams tweet, but I just couldn't because everyone was blowing up my mentions. Everyone was waiting for a response. Like I said, SJ didn't make it. I'm really sad I couldn't live stream my reactions. I was super excited to do that. I thought it would have been really fun. Man, I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm gonna be honest. I just tried to do this whole video like super professionally, super objectively, but man, I'm sad. I was very emotionally invested for the past week or so in SGA. Not actually way more than that, but especially in the past week or so in SGA becoming an All-Star. I thought he did enough to earn it. Our team record isn't quite there, I guess. I believe he had the stats for it. I guess it was just the team record, which isn't all his fault because he's missed a few games. He's missed like 5-ish games with some knee soreness. What are you going to do, man? It happens. Like I said, he could still be a replacement for injured Anthony Davis, who I don't expect to play in the game because the Lakers need to keep him as healthy as possible. I think he's supposed to be out till after the All-Star break anyways, so it's not even like they could rush him back. He's just not supposed to be back. So I don't think he'll end up playing. Let me know who your biggest snubs were in the comments. If you're seeing this, comment SGA should have been an All-Star just to make me feel better. Also, let me know if you'd like to see that live stream idea at some point in the future, whether it's maybe me reacting to a Thunder game. Maybe I could do like a pre-game thing, like where I am on this live stream just talking about the NBA games either on Twitter or YouTube prior to the games for the day. Maybe I could do like a 6:30 to 7 p.m. That's Eastern time because 7 p.m. is right around when the slate usually starts for the NBA. So maybe I could do something like that. Let me know. Yeah, man. Like I said, let me know who your biggest snub was. I think for the West, I'll probably go. I'll probably go Devin Booker. I won't be biased here. I think SGA should have been All-Star, but I think Devin Booker really deserved a spot on this team. Maybe not over SGA, but I'm honestly surprised they gave it to Chris Paul. Like I said, Chris Paul was very deserving. I'm just surprised after there was a big thing about how he got snubbed last season, and then the Suns are good, and now Chris Paul gets it over Devin Booker. Poor guy just can't seem to get a spot. And the East, I'll probably go Trae Young. Yeah. So. Man, I'm sad. I'm sad. All right, I'm gonna end this video before I keep complaining. So, like I said, let me know all those things in the comments. Comment if you made it this far that SGA should have been an All-Star. Make me feel better. And I'll see you guys potentially with a recap of the games tonight if I'm not crying myself to sleep. So, I will see you guys later. Real and say it back.